morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this show, and welcome to the Backstage Onstage. This is our first episode, and my name is Hayley Zehnder. I'll be your host. And our first guest on the show is the one and only Wyatt Skillen.
Hello. It's nice to be on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're happy to have you.
Mm-hmm.
So, you were just the star of the Page High School Clue that they put on. So please give us some of the craziest moments that happened on the show.
Well, I mean, Clue is a crazy show in of itself. There's so much happening on stage, and there's not a lot going on backstage, funnily enough, but I remember the rehearsals were what was really fun about it. So many ideas came to mind, like, through all stages of rehearsal. Like, I remember during one of the final rehearsals during Tech Week, one of the other actors, Ella Beekler, who played Mrs. White, she had just a funny idea during a certain scene with a dining room where she would just steal other people's drinks, and it wasn't
written in?
No, that wasn't written in. It was fully unprompted. She just decided in the moment that would be a good character choice.
That's incredible.
And there were so many little moments like that where we found little moments that our characters could have that worked really well and got a lot of laughs. And it was so unpredictable, but it was so fun in that way.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is a picture of you in a costume room with several hats on. And when I mean several, I mean like 8 or 9.
Yes.
What happened there?
Oh, that's the hat game.
The hat game.
The hat game was something the costume crew started. I wasn't there for its creation, but they eventually ended up using me as their mascot. So what the game was is you'd have like a hat. It doesn't really matter what kind of hat, but you kind of like toss it, and the goal is for it to land perfectly on your head.
Okay.
And we didn't land like 8 hats on my head, unfortunately.
I see. Okay.
But they ended up stacking the hats very tall, and then they just placed it on my head, and they were like, "Don't move," and I was just kind of like, "Okay."
See your face.
And then someone took a photo of me. The hat like started like shifting down my face. You couldn't see my eyebrows or my eyes, but they got a photo of it, and then they made it like their profile photo for their group chat. So it's like moments like that made me really happy to be a part of the show.
Absolutely, yeah. So speaking of costume crew, the Saturday night show, Caleb Wood, who played Professor Plum, split his pants on stage. And this was not written in, correct?
No, not at all. Completely unintentional.
How did you hold yourself together during that moment?
Well, it's a funny story. I didn't see it happen.
Oh, no.
So in that part of the show, we're moving the bodies of Mr. Body and the cook to the couch. Okay. And his face was facing my face. So the posterior of Caleb was not in my view, but I heard something, and people started laughing, and I was like, because I was Wadsworth, I have to be all like butlery and serious, and I was like, what? Why are people laughing? We didn't do anything. Our jokes weren't that good. And then I see Caleb making a face, and I'm like trying to like mouth like, what's going on, man? You good? And I turn around, and there it is. You didn't get a good look at it on stage, but during intermission, the only thing keeping the pants together was the zipper.
Oh no.
Full like front to back tear. It was kind of ironic. He was wearing like blueberry print underwear, sort of fitting the fruit theme. Yeah. But he turned around, and I was like, oh my God. Oh, that's what it is. That's what they're laughing at. Yeah. And then later he revealed to me that he like bent over again on purpose so that people could get a good look, I guess.
Take it all in.
But I didn't know what to do. Mostly how I kept it in was just because I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
I was like looking around, and people were like dying on stage, and I was like, what's going on? And then I saw it, and I was like,
that thing happened.
That's but I saw it, and I was like, oh, and then I tried to like scoot a little bit over so I could maybe like cover it up a little bit, but there was no.
It's too late. There's no going back.
Too late. But I think what saved me is just not being able to see it. But he walked off stage at intermission and just made a beeline to the costume room, like, Taylor, I need your help.
Yeah.
Oh, those poor pants.
Never to be sewn again.
We tried sewing it again, but it didn't work
It's like
out.
Humpty Dumpty.
There was a lot of shouting coming from the costume room as Taylor tried frantically to sew it and glue it together. Nothing worked.
Glue?
Glue, yeah. We used some fabric glue, or we tried. Didn't work super well. His pants were a bit too tight.
Oh, no. But moving from that, you had a brilliant British accent throughout the show. And through this conversation and others that we've had, I've noticed you're not British.
No.
So how
could you
did
tell?
Yeah. So how did you prepare for that? Was it during auditions? Or?
It's kind of a funny thing that you mentioned that.
Yeah.
I didn't really practice it.
You didn't?
No. I, like, when I was a kid, it's, I don't know, I'm a good auditory learner.
Right.
Like, I pick up on things just by listening to it. Like, I'd rehearse my lines, like, I'd record them and I'd, like, play them back over and over, and that's how I learned them.
Okay.
But I just remember, like, for a long time, like, watching, like, British YouTubers or things like that. It's so weird. You never expect something like that, but you'd watch people, like, who are British and they're doing videos or performances of people who are British, and I don't know, that thing just sort of stuck with me and I sort of mimicked it. And then it definitely did get better as the show went on. At auditions, I'd say it was probably at like a good improv try, give it the old college try, you know. But by the end of the show, I had definitely worked on it a little bit. But yeah, I think that surprised a lot of people when I told them, because they were like, surprising. You didn't practice it? No, I just sort of like picked it up, and I don't know, I guess it's a good skill to have.
Yeah, definitely. I bet your mom, like, who's telling you to get off those videos, now regrets that.
Yeah.
As a senior, you've been part of the Page High Productions for a while.
Yeah.
So what would you say was your favorite one?
Ooh, my favorite one.
It's a hard
question. I need to think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things that I like about each one.
Right.
It's kind of a funny thing. I was looking back through old middle school performances.
Okay.
And I realized from then to now, I've changed so much. And even from like freshman to senior, I've changed a lot. Because like with Romeo and Juliet, that was a really fun show to do. Learning Shakespearean dialogue and the idiosyncrasies of that were really nice. And plus I got to wear some cool high heels because I was only like 5'0" at the time. They were definitely women's boots. They had about like a 3-inch heel on them. And amazing. My voice was very high. And Mamma Mia was fun too. I loved Lay All Your Love on Me. That was a really fun one to do. Dancing around with the little flippers. It was nice. Then gosh, Noises Off was really fun. I was tech for that, and even though I wasn't on stage, there was still so much happening and so much to look at that I had a really fun time doing that. I made a lot of connections with the props crew that I was in. Then for Footloose, I was in that, and doing a 3-part harmony with myself, my friend Carter Luke, and Chase Heisen, who's now a graduated senior. But that was really fun, because I remember a teacher coming up to me and said, in all my time at Page High, I've never seen anything like that in a musical.
Well, there you go.
And it was really nice to be a part of something like, wow, I was the first person who got to do something like that. And it wasn't easy. I remember I'd had voice lessons, and I got the part, and I walked into voice lessons, and I was like, okay, this is the only thing we're going to be working on for a while, because I didn't want to mess it up, and I'm really glad that I didn't.
That's
because I had such a fun time with it.
Absolutely.
And then for COVID, I was sadly out. I didn't have a straight show in the fall, but then I came back in the spring for the Tony Awards. And I think that was the first time I'd ever had like a solo on stage. I did Agony from Into the Woods with Caleb Wood, and that was really fun. I remember looking at like the mic list, and my friend Ethan had done the mic list, and I was like, oh, I'm mic number 1. And he said, yeah, it's because you're in the most songs. And I was like, what? I thought that there had been like a mistake or something, but it really showed me like, wow, I'm good at this because I'm doing the things now, because it's not like I hadn't had roles before, but this was like a chance where I was like, wow, I'm in the spotlight a little bit. And then now with Clue and being the lead, I didn't anticipate that I was going to get the role.
Really?
I had seen other people audition, and I was like, they were funnier, or like they had the whole thing memorized. But I think getting the chance to be a lead was such a good experience for me. So, I mean, if you ask me which one's my favorite, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so many different reasons that I love each show that I've been in. So
that's awesome.
I don't know. It's kind of a cop-out answer, but they're all kind of
No,
even,
it's great.
you know?
Yeah. And then you have one more show, right?
Yeah, one more show.
It's Mary Poppins, and we're starting up with that. So what are your plans for that?
So just due to life things, I was a little busy, so I couldn't try out.
Okay.
So I won't be in the cast. You won't see me on stage, sadly.
Can't do your British accent from your YouTube channel.
No British accent this time, but I will be doing tech.
Okay.
I've always been interested in tech. I did tech a little bit in middle school, but then when high school came around, I saw more of an opportunity to be on stage. And now I am still interested in tech again. It's sort of like a cyclical thing where I like start feeling more towards tech and then more towards cast. But I am probably going to think about costume crew.
Okay.
Costumes just in general have always kind of been like an interesting thing to me because, you know, you don't want the actors to be wearing nothing on stage.
Well, that would be uncomfortable.
But yeah, for sure. But I think also the guys need a costume leader too, because Taylor she's been doing it for the past, she's been doing it since freshman year, I think. And she's a very good costume person, but male to female doesn't always work just in terms of like measurements or ideas. And I think that there are things that I could definitely bring to the table that would be fun. So
how to keep pants together.
Yeah, we're gonna have to account for a few extra inches on Caleb's measurements around there. But yeah, if all goes to plan, some of the costumes you'll be seeing during the show will be mine.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we are moving forward. We have some Mad Libs that we are going to create. I'm going to ask Wyatt to just kind of answer the questions that I ask, and then we're going to throw them together and do a few scenes for you. So, all right. So, something alive.
I thought Michael Jackson. I can't do Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's dead.
That's not.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
He is alive.
Right. He is alive. All right. Plural noun.
Bananas.
Bananas.
I'm just going with like the first thing that pops in my head.
That's perfect. A holiday.
Halloween.
Halloween? Is that your favorite holiday?
It's one of my favorites.
One of your favorites?
Say, yeah.
Another plural noun.
Plural noun. Bricks.
Bricks. Okay.
Showing off my best work here.
3 plural nouns.
3 plural nouns. All right. Stickers. Doors.
Are you just looking around the room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Camera.
Cameras. Okay, and a noun.
Noun. Shoes. Shoe? Shoe. Yeah.
Shoe. Singular shoe.
Singular.
You know, I actually have a few single shoes.
Just single shoes?
I have no idea where my left shoes go.
Uh-oh.
But they just poof.
In the washing machine?
That's what? Do you wash your shoes?
Well, if they're washable.
Shoes can be washable?
Yeah, like you know, shoes that you put in water.
Like water shoes?
Yeah, like water shoes. You could put those in. I put the. Please tell me I'm not the only one.
Is that allowed? I don't think you can put. Okay. Adjective. Celebrity.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. There we go.
Full circle.
One more set.
One more set.
All right. Noun.
Noun. Container.
Container. Now you're just stealing from this.
Oh.
Number.
Number. 206.
All right. Doubling. 3 verbs ending in ing.
3 verbs ending in ing. Crawling. Tiptoeing. Ice skating.
Okay. Okay. We are going to go turn these into scripts and perform it.
Excellent.
All right. As you can see, we have our scripts and we're raring to go. So, without further ado, here are our Mad Libs theaters.
During the holidays, more Joe Bidens go back home to visit their bananas than at any other time.
Between Christmas and Halloween, the airlines pack the bricks in like sardines in Tupperware.
There are a lot of red, no-frill airlines that will take you from Norway to Florida for only $4.
These airlines do not give any tables and can only take 74 pieces of luggage.
They also have smaller stools, and you often have to sit on someone else's liver. Ugh.
It's very shiny to travel during the holidays, but it's worth it to, make your stickers happy.
Don't forget to make your doors early, or the supplies may all be out.
And now, ladies and shoe, an important commercial message from the manufacturer of new improved all-goo face cream for women.
And
All-goo contains a new coarse ingredient called hexamore, which is now made from distilled wire juice. Now, as Hayley here will demonstrate with a sample of this magical product, if you put all-goo on your headphones every evening, your complexion will look as fast as a daisy. And don't be shy, ensure to apply several amounts of the all-goo. The famous Hollywood star Michael Jackson said, "I use all-goo every day, and my complexion is always plush and my doorknobs have a youthful glow." Yes, all-goo is the tall cream of the stars. Remember, if you want softer, smoother feet, get all-goo in the handy 102-pound size at your friendly neighborhood wheel store. How are we doing over there, Hayley? Oh? No.
okay,
God, don't get it in your hair.
seeking a new career,
Usually.
be a container, or just look like one. In just 206 sessions, we can have you crawling, tiptoeing, and ice skating like a top-playing crown.
Hallelujah!
Opportunities in this crown field are limitless. There is no fee. Just come on in for free consultation, and our golden expert will analyze your stars and determine your potential field of success in this snake field. Use your natural burning to earn frog money and have time to poison your dreams too. Just ask Wyatt. He came to us looking like a refrigerator out of an olive branch and just 10 days improved his flag 100%. We even corrected his terrible obelisk. It was just in the nick of time because the wacky squad was ready to ban him from the zombie convention. Don't wait another day. Time is running out. I pronounced obelisk right.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh my gosh,
Proud
that's
of you.
amazing. Cool. Well, I think that we did it.
We made a mess.
Sort of. Thank you for watching our Mad Libs, and we hope that you enjoy. Try this at your holiday togetherness with your families.
Maybe don't put the sunblock on your face, though.
And don't, sunblock on your face? Isn't that what it's supposed to do?
Put it on at the appropriate time.
Kids.
Kids?
Okay, I don't know, it's a message to kids.
Okay.
All right. Join us next time on Backstage Onstage. We'll see you next week.